It's honesty time. It's time to take a super honest look at the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime, Mr. Not Hard to Find, one of the most exciting and intriguing programs in the entire country. Let's take a look. It's like I said, hot take season's upon us. We got to steer clear of that. A lot of people are going to be throwing hot takes at you. We don't do that. Honest look right now, coming in hot. Not coming in hot. You feel what I'm saying, though. All right. The first thing that we need to talk about with Colorado is they are turning over the entire foundation of their program with the transfer portal. And this is a good thing because you look at what happened last year, y'all, to be real, they went 1-11. And so when your house has a 1-11 foundation, you need to knock it down and redo that entire foundation. So far, at the time of us recording this, they have gotten 24 transfers into their program in Boulder. So the entire roster, trying to revamp it, trying to get a good foundation. And Coach Prime is following a 40-40-20 model. Great article by The Athletic out there where it talks about Deion Sanders and his journey, I guess, to Colorado is maybe the best way to say it, and just the conversation he had with the administration there. But he's following a 40-40-20 plan. What does that mean? I'm so glad you asked. 40% of his roster at this point in time, the acquisition hope is to have a 40% add in graduate transfers. The other 40% is going to be undergraduate transfers, and the last 20% from the high school level in terms of recruiting. I'm not saying this is how your roster is going to look long term. I'm saying right now, this is how he's trying to turn it over and trying to revamp it. You say, why do you do that? Well, the reason why he's going this way is that 80%, whether it's grad transfers or undergraduate transfers, that 40% put together, 80%, is trying to equip Colorado to win now, make us competitive now. Because if we can be competitive, it will give everybody a better feel for coming to Colorado in the future, for building from the high school level, for getting the guys that are going to be here for 4 years, maybe 3, maybe 5. You feel what I'm saying? Building the core of your program, it gets attracted by winning and development. And those graduate transfers, those undergraduate transfers rather, Travis Hunter being one of them, will help Colorado be competitive now, okay? That 20% is the staying power. The 20% from the high school level, that is the staying power for your program for the future. Guys you recruit from high schools all over the country, the top talent, Dylan Edwards, Carmani McLean, guys like that are going to help you in the future at Colorado. That's what you're building right now. Eventually, it's going to be a higher number, I would imagine, but that's what you're building right now. So the 40-40-20 model is the first piece of the honest look for Colorado. If you have not yet subscribed, we got you covered. Coach Prime coverage, Colorado coverage, look no further. You found your spot. Make sure you're locked in with us and join the party. Also, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JD Piquel. I want to hear from y'all. I want to do more of what y'all want to see. So let me know what you want to see, and we'll do more of that. Appreciate you in advance. Second part of this is the schedule. The gauntlet you got to run every single year. Let's take a look at it right now. The schedule's pretty brutal for Colorado, especially that first 5. You have at TCU, you have Nebraska, you got Colorado State, you got Oregon, you got USC, and you got to go to Tempe, Arizona to play Arizona State. Out of that first 5, 3 of those teams, in my opinion, are all college football playoff caliber. The team that you open with, you go to their house, played for a national title last year. And so the reason why I don't love this for Colorado, not just are they difficult teams, but for it to be in the first 5 games, y'all, the first 5 games of a season is when you figure out who you are as a team. There's no preseason in college football. There's no scrimmages against other teams, really. So what you have to do is when you hit another color for the first time is sort of figure out what you're working with. Take inventory. It's one thing to do it in practice. It's another thing to do it under the bright lights. And so for those first 5 games, it's going to be trial by fire. If they could get out of that stretch 3-2, that would be sensational. It's going to be a difficult stretch. So at that point, I think we'll really figure out a lot about Colorado. And even more so, just from that first 5 games, let's say it doesn't go their way. Let's say that those teams that are further along, further developed, do what Vegas will favor them to do. How does Colorado respond? What's under the hood? What's the culture like? How far has Deion equipped that culture to go if they do end up having some adversity in those first 5 games? So I'm excited to see that because, like I said, we will find out a lot about Colorado early on this year. Now, success for me in year one for Deion Sanders and for Colorado would be making a bowl game. That would be phenomenal. Again, you went 1-11 last year. Deion Sanders is taking over a roster that was not very talented, a program that did not have much success last season. To get them from 1-11 to 6 wins would be phenomenal. I think a lot of that hinges on Shedeur Sanders, who I fully expect to be the starting quarterback for Colorado. Deion Sanders said at his opening press conference, that's your quarterback, pointed at Shedeur and said he's going to have to earn it. So how quickly is Shedeur Sanders able to translate to the FBS level? Because as someone who's played at both the FCS and the FBS level, myself, the speed of the game is very, very different. That's not to knock the FCS level. I'm just saying the guys at the FBS level are typically where you go and get NFL players from. And as the quarterback, you are the one who the entire offense goes through. How quickly does he adjust to that speed of the game? Because those slant routes that were open for a half second longer, they're now going to be interceptions if you don't have your timing correct, if you don't adjust accordingly. Now, to be fair, he also has more FBS talent around him, does Shedeur Sanders. He's also got better receivers. He also, in theory, would have a better offensive line. So, again, that's all hypothetical, but keep an eye on that. I very much so believe Colorado can get to that 6-win mark if Shedeur Sanders is able to translate quickly. So we'll keep an eye on that. The adjustment period for this team is going to be very, very fun to watch because they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot under the hood. Believe in Coach Prime. We're going to find out a lot in that first 5 games. They're revamping the entire roster, 40-40-20 to start. It's going to be more high school based in the future, I would imagine. They've added a lot of top talent. A lot of guys with options are choosing to go and play for Coach Prime in Boulder. And I cannot wait to watch it, both live and in person. I cannot wait to watch it when the documentary comes out. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. Don't quote me on that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you're locked in with us. We got you covered all year long. We're not waiting until they play games to start talking about the beautiful game that you and I both love. We got you covered all year round, okay? Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at JD Piquel. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Nick Break, Lifting Heavy. This is your show. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.